All right, check this out. This is the ATCS 840 from Cooler Master. Now, this case has been out for just a little bit. It's one of Cooler Master's higher-end cases because it does have a really nice fit and finish. Aluminum outside, pretty much full aluminum on the inside as well. Removable motherboard tray, CPU retention bracket, dedicated ducting for your GPUs. Lots and lots of airflow. It's a very large case. It's, I'd say, comparable to the half 932, except it's probably a nicer finish, nicer materials, and it cools just about as well. Even though it has an extra fan, it's also much bigger, so it takes extra air to move, extra fans to move all the air through there, and in turn, it doesn't cool just as well as the Cooler Master half 932, but this is a modder's dream because it has so much space inside. There's so many fans already. You can add so many more. It supports dual PSUs. It's pretty much set up for water cooling. You can easily replace the two very large fans at the top with a 3x120. As a matter of fact, I will even show it to you. Check that out. At the top, there's two very large 230mm fans. There's also a very large 230mm fan right up here in the front underneath this panel, which I will show you shortly. And then there's also a 120 in the back, and then there's space to add a bunch of other 120. So this case is quite impressive. You have thumb screws and toolless everything, dedicated GPU ducts. I don't know if you see this, but let's show you this. Check this out. This is a dedicated GPU ducting unit, and basically what it does is you put a big 120 right here, and this pretty much is going to clip in. Let me go to the back here. You see that? See right here, it's going to clip in, and it actually has screws, which I'm not going to use because this is only temporary to show you, and boom, it just clips in right there, and basically it's going to suck all the hot air out the back of your PCI slots to make sure that your graphics cards are getting very nice and cool. Make sure you're sucking out all that hot air. Now, let's take a brief look at the inside of this case. It is gargantuan, to say the least. Very nice fit and finish, and it comes apart quite easily. We'll go ahead and say that. Now, looking on the inside, obviously you're going to see there's a lot of good stuff in here. Now, first of all, let's talk about your 5 1/4. You got 6 external 5 1/4 right there. So pointing out, if you want to add liquid cooling or DVD drives or displays or monitors for temperature or fan controllers, you can put those all right here. Moving down, you have a bunch here for your internal hard drives. So you have up to 6 right here. And with your removable caddies, it's all toolless. It's got the anti-vibration little rubber grommets right there. So when you mount it into your hard drive, it's really easy to use. And that's extremely impressive. Also, on the back end of this, I don't know if you can see, but right here, this is where that big 230mm fan is right there. So it's absolutely huge fan sucking in cool air. And then the rest of the fans are going to be exhaust. As you can see, if you go up here at the top, there's where your very, very large 230mm fans go. So that's 3 230mm fans in total, plus a 120 that's back here as an exhaust. But you will also note that if you look on the inside of this case, over here, you do have brackets. So you can add 2 more 120s, one right there, one right here. You can add a third one right here. Okay, so I mean, we're beginning to get to the point of ad absurdum. Also, you'll notice that right here in this section, this is where your PSU is going to go. It's got a removable dust filter right here, which is very nice. This one over here, back here, also has a removable dust filter. And in case you need 2 power supplies because you're absolutely bonkers and you're out of your mind, if you go up here to the top, you can actually remove this water cooling plate right here. See that? It's removable. And that gives you a whole nother space to put another second PSU. Now, you are going to have to remove the big fans that are up here because these are kind of in the way. But if you have liquid cooling or you need 2 PSUs, you probably don't need these massive fans up here at the top. All right, now let me show you guys the back side of this thing because there's a bunch of other cool stuff. You will note that I am removing thumb screws, which are always nice to have. And there's some good stuff happening back here. So check it out. First of all, I want you guys to notice one of my favorite things in the world right here, CPU cooler retention. You're going to put your motherboard here if you want to remove your CPU cooler. You can do it from the back. You don't need to worry about whether it's going to fit or not. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these screws back here on the back. If this thing would work for me. Let's see here. Gonna move 4 screws in total, and this is gonna provide you with a very nice surprise in this case, because on top of having that CPU retention hole, which makes removing the CPU cooler very simple, you also have a fully removable motherboard tray. And if you see how nicely and smooth it is, it's on a ball bearing roller track over here. So it's very smooth. So if you want to remove your motherboard tray, it makes it very easy to assemble pretty much the computer all together. You're just going to lay it down and put your motherboard there, put your add-in cards, your PCI Express, add your CPU cooler, and especially, you know, make sure it's going to fit here first of all, but it mostly is because this is extremely wide. I don't know if you'll notice, but you have the entire expansion bay width, and you have a hole here where you can do a million things with. You could run so much stuff through here, and then you have another vent right next to it. So there's a very wide section between these two sides. So you can pretty much fit any CPU cooler right here. And if it's actually further than this, it's only got like a little bit of here in the case. It's not going to work anyway. So pretty much any CPU cooler is going to fit. You build the computer, and then you just throw this in there. You know, put the screws back in and you're good to go. Now, another thing you'll notice is as far as wire management goes, you have a lot of options. First of all, this top part up here is all clear. You have this one right here for your 24-pin motherboard connector. You have the CPU retention bracket, which you can do stuff if you want to, but most likely you're not. And then everything else is just going to hide in underneath. As far as connections and everything goes, they do give you a few of these sticky wire management clips. Now, these are actually really useful if you want to do like an OEM looking job. You don't want to get all custom and you know, custom loom and beautiful. These help a lot. It looks a little OEM. I wish they were black, but hey, it doesn't matter. They still look good. And while I'm here, let me also show you what else you get in the box. There's a lot of good stuff. Now, as I mentioned, you can add in a lot of fans on this thing, whether it be on this or the 120s that go on the bracket on the front. So they do give you a lot of screws. And the risers on this motherboard are huge. It's another big thing. If you look at those risers, they are massive. That means they're putting a lot of airflow behind the motherboard, which is going to help cool everything down, which is very nice. You're also going to get lots of little brackets for your, pretty much for your quick release, 2 5 1/4 and 3 1/2 inch bays. You got SATA. I'm sorry, these are 4-pin extenders. So in case the case is so big that your power supply's 8-pin 12-volt connector doesn't reach, you do have this extension for it, and you even get a fan grill, which is really nice for either the grill that goes on the back or any grill that you want to use. You can just get a free fan grill. That's very nice to have. So that's all really good stuff. Now let's keep going. I'm going to keep dissecting this thing a little bit. Pull the motherboard tray out again. We may or may not put this thing back together, depending on how much time this takes. I do want to show you guys a couple more things. First of all, front over here is a fan. I just want to show you that it has a dust filter, which is very nice to use, and you will definitely like it. Hang on a second. Once you pull that out, you gotta do it on bottom and top, and boom, there you go. So check it out. Here's your front. Got a very nice 230 millimeter fan behind here, but you know that does bring a lot of dust in, so they do give you this very nice washable dust filter, which you are going to use. And pretty much if you want to remove the fan from there, you're going to be removing all these little screws here, 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 and up here at the top. This whole front panel is going to come right off, and then you can unscrew that. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the chassis in the nude. This is what you're going to do if you're going to paint the inside black. Tons of fan filters, and very nice, very nice. Like this case a lot. Lots of space, great cooling. It's absolutely incredible. So this is the Cooler Master ATCS Active Thermal Convection System 840. Very large eATX, ATX, micro ATX. Very large case, will handle multiple graphics cards. It's not as expensive as you think, and it's actually quite light because, again, it is all built from aluminum. So if you have any questions on it, feel free to email me, and if you're bored, you can stick around and watch me put it together. For more information on the Cooler Master ATCS 840 full tower case, type in C283-1209 into the search engine of any of these major retailers. For Computer TV, I'm Albert.